darlings, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you were able to join me today. I hope you are all well. Today I want to talk about how I started van life and what I think about it. Now, I think I should start from the beginning because that way everything will make sense. So I've always liked caravans. And I've always wanted a caravan ever since I was a little girl. And our family weren't into caravans or anything. So then, fast forward to the future, when I had to leave my ex-husband because of the domestic violence. His behaviour was just getting worse and worse, and I had to leave for safety reasons, whether I liked it or not. So therefore, I had to go back home to my parents' place to live because I had nowhere else to go. Remember, I don't want to bang my head. Oh my God, so funny. And I'm just going to get comfy here for a minute. That's better, much more comfy. And so, I know that doesn't sound bad. But in my case, it is because, for me, it was like jumping from the pot into the frying pan. Because I'm leaving one negative situation for another negative situation. Because here I am, I'm leaving my home because of violence. And to go live at my parents' place because I had nowhere else to go, like I said. And the thing is, it would have been okay, but because my older brother lives there, and he still lives there today, he is the reason why, oh my God, this is so hard for me to talk about, and my son doesn't even know this, so I hope you know this video. Oh well. So what happened is that my older brother, he sexually assaulted me when I was 10 years old. And he always kept sexually harassing me. And I knew when I went back home, what was going to happen. So I put a lock on my bedroom door, but he still tried to get in. And I caught him stealing my underwear. And so therefore, I had to live in my car. And if I didn't have my car, I honestly don't know what I would have done. So I ended up living in my car for 2 years and 1 month exactly with my cat Kaia. And that was when I thought, okay, I need to get a caravan now as well as I want to. And then all of a sudden I received a letter one day explaining that my flat was ready. So I moved into my apartment the following week, which I was so grateful for. The only reason why I had my apartment is because the family of violence got it for me. But even though I was grateful and happy to have my unit, I still didn't feel happy or secure. And I think that was because of my experience with homelessness. And I never want to be in that situation. Ever again. That had a really big impact on me, that experience. And here I am thinking, well, if my landlord were to sell my apartment, I'm back to square one. And I did not want that to happen. So I Googled and watched YouTube videos, and I saw how vans were very popular, how van life was awesome, and everyone were getting vans instead of caravans. And I thought, this suits me better because I can't tow a caravan, but I can drive a van, as long as it's big enough and roomy and comfortable enough for me and Kaia to live in. As well as it was important for me to have a van that's big enough, but also fits into a normal car park. And then the opportunity came up when I had a car accident, and that's when I bought my van Kaia. And my van is a 2005 Kia Pagaro cargo van, which I converted myself, and I did not know anything about converting vans into homes or anything. So I learned from watching YouTube videos. Yeah, so I graduated from the YouTube University, you could say. And so once I got my van, I was so happy, and I had that feeling, that secure feeling that I always wanted, because I knew that if something were to happen to my apartment, like, for example, my landlord selling it or whatever, I knew I had my van, thank you, Kaia, to fall back on. And I'm really glad I have her. I mean, it's like having a home away from home. It's so convenient in many ways. Like, for example, if I'm out about and if I feel tired, I can lie down in my bed, which is really comfy and roomy, and I can take a nap, and van life is just so awesome. So what I think about van life now, I'm really glad I started van life. I love it for so many reasons. It's a great adventure, it's fun. I know sometimes van life can be difficult, but I still enjoy it. And if anything were to happen to my apartment, I've still got my van, because I don't want to go back into that situation again where I was homeless, because if the family violence didn't give me my flat, I would be living permanently in my van, so that's how my van life started, and why. I mean, for me, my why is also, how could I explain it? Because I can only speak for myself, I can't speak for other people. Is that not only did I want to do van life, but I also needed to. So for me, it was both a need as well as a want. And like I said, I'm really glad I did. I mean, with van life, I can just hop in the driver's seat and just go wherever I want to go, whenever I want to, And if you're living full-time in your van, you don't have to worry about paying rent. But your accommodation, like at campgrounds or caravan parks and diesel and that becomes your rent though. But van life can be as cheap or expensive as you want it to be. And I love it. And I would recommend van life, for other people. I mean, I know it's not for everyone, but if you're on the verge of experiencing homelessness and you've got nowhere to go, you've got no family to help you out or friends who could help you out, and if you're going to be evicted and you can't find another place to rent, for whatever reason, I would absolutely recommend van life for you. I mean, it's a roof over your head. I mean, it's plenty of room and comfy. Oh my God, I'm just so glad I've got my van. And as you know, I called her Kaia because my van is a Kia. Yeah, Kia Pagaro. And that's so... Yeah, so that's my video for today. I just wanted to talk about why I started van life, how I started it, and what I think about it, and if I recommend it to other people. And of course I do, if it suits you. And if you have to start van life because you have to, like for example, it's going to be your home and you can't find a place to rent, and if you're not that type of person who is into the nomadic lifestyle, don't worry, because you'll get used to it. and you will learn about it pretty quickly. And you'll figure out what works for you. And I know I did, and I know if it works for me, it will work for you too. So I don't know how long this video has been here for. So I think I'm going to cut. And I'll be back with some more videos soon. Oh, and just one more thing before I nick you whoop. I finished writing... see what I mean? I finished writing my book, and I'm taking it up to hand it in next week into Ballarat. So I look forward to that, because remember I said to you at the beginning in my introduction video, is that the reason why I started my channel was because I want to help others who have experienced domestic violence or might be experiencing domestic violence sometime in the future, and I can help you to learn what to do and what not to do and how to stay safe and blah blah blah. And like I said, I need to promote my books, and this is my first book, which is titled The Spider Feeling, because how I came up with the title was I could not think of a title for it. But then after I went back home to my parents' place and I was doing the washing, and there was this big black spider in the washing machine, and I kid you not. And when I saw it, I'm like, oh my God, I put my hand in the water, you know. And the worst thing of all is that it was freaking looking at me. Oh my God, I hate them. So here I am running around the house screaming because of this big black spider in the washing machine. And then I get halfway up the hallway and I just stop. And I think, hang on a minute. That's that same feeling how my ex-husband made me feel. And it was fear. And that's when I realized that feeling that he made me feel from the domestic violence is fear. And that's when I thought, okay, I'm going to call this book The Spider Feeling. The feeling of fear, the feeling of domestic violence is also the same feeling as what you would feel in war. Like if you're in the Holocaust, you know, that's how they felt. The spider feeling is the feeling of severe fear. So that's how I came up with the title of my book. So you will be seeing and hearing more about that in the near future. So I will be documenting everything, you know, driving up to Ballarat, and when I hand it in, I'll be documenting all of that. And so there you have it. So I'm going to Nicky Whoop now. It's getting late and Kelly wants something to eat. The weather's still fine for now, but it's getting dark. So thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you soon. I hope you all stay safe. Love you all. Bye-bye.